Hey guys, SoCal Val here. You are listening to the Hitting the Turnbuckle podcast.
Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome back to the channel as we review TNA Sacrifice pay-per-view that happened this past weekend. They delivered again with some fantastic action, new champions, and some more. We're going to get into it right now. The countdown pre-show started off with Crazy Steve was defending the Digital Media Championships against Joe Hendry. AJ Francis was also doing commentary at this point. Hendry was doing a photo montage mocking Crazy Steve. He interrupted that. This was a quite good back and forth match actually. Near the end of this match though, AJ Francis done a cheap shot on Hendry, rammed him into the ring post, which allowed Crazy Steve to capitalize for a flying DDT and pick up the victory. Good quick pace to this match as well. Really sort of, energetic start, which is what you would expect with TNA, but really solid way to start the show. And Crazy Steve retained the title. One of the matches I was looking forward to was actually on the pre-show. It was the Rascals and Speedball Mountain, Mike Bailey, and UK's own Trent Seven. This was a really, again, a kind of a quick pace match. High energy. The Rascals attempted to ambush Speedball Mountain before the start, but it was overwhelmed. There was a bit where he tried to get paint on Speedball Bailey. Trent Seven made a save. They've done good work at going after Trent Seven's leg and ankle. That was really good from the Rascals. Sort of, we always say on this one, you can sort of identify a type of the body that might be weak. You should go for it. And they've done really well at doing that. And it's to the point where the referee had to check that Trent Seven was okay to continue. They did also hold up Bailey to get some more spray paint, but backfired when Bailey ducked and Trey sprayed Wentz and then took out Trey on a moonsault on the outside. Speedball Mountain finished the job off with a combo tornado kick suplex to complete the win as Bailey pinned Zachary Wentz. Really good pre-show, which gets you into the mood for the big show. No, not Paul White. The actual main show. Surprisingly for me, the first match on the card was Nick Nemeth going up against Maclin. I really wasn't sure about the placement of this straight away to start the show, but it was the NWGP, the New Japan Pro Wrestling global champion Nick Nemeth against Maclin opened. Really strange by that, but it was a great match. It was a good opener, solid back and forth. These two, you can tell these two are very experienced in the ring. They were like, all of a sudden one had the upper hand and there was a sudden turn and the other one capitalized and they were going to and fro, close two counts, intense back and forth all the time with this. Match. Maclin got a very near fall late on in this match before the zigzag by Nick Nemeth, and he wins the match. And tell you what, this is really good start from Nick Nemeth. I liking his reign so far. He's called the zigzag the danger zone on Impact TNA, and it is a very solid way to start the show. I was just surprised at where it's positioned in the card. The next match was the TNA World Tag Team Championships. The Bullet Club ABC, Ace Austin and Chris Bay, takes on Brian Myers and Eddie Edwards from the System. Now, this was an energetic back and forth match. You kind of expect it whenever you hear the words Chris Bay and Ace Austin, and then you've got the experienced heads there of Myers and Edwards, and to put it together, they created some great magic in this ring here. The one bit of magic they did also create was the new TNA World Tag Team Champions, Brian Myers and Eddie Edwards, defeated Ace Austin and Chris Bay to win with a Boston Knee Party to Ace Austin. And interesting because they're just, ABC just come off this great best of three series with the Grizzled Young Veterans. I didn't think that had finished, to be honest with you. And then now we're sitting here crowning new TNA World Tag Team Champions. Be interesting to see where that goes with the System. Will Moose retain against Eric Young later on, and the System could hold pretty much all the gold. on this, but we'll have to see about that as we roll on with the show. But really good tag team match. Love the energy in this. What happens to Bullet Club from here? We'll have to wait and see as the system rolls through with tag team gold. No disqualification. Now remember, this time when PCO and Big Kon wrestled recently, it has been everywhere, all over the show. You know, they've had to now say no disqualification rules in effect for this Battle of the Monsters. They had chairs, they had trash cans, they had cookie sheets, they had going through tables. You had pretty much near enough everything you could have in these two. These two just beat the absolute proverbial crap out of each other in this. It was quite a fairly quick no DQ match. PCO winning with the Scorpion Death Drop to a pile of steel chairs and then the moonsault. I was surprised by that. I thought they were going to go with like a double count out or something and then have a monster's ball, as I mentioned on the review shows before. But seemingly PCO picks up the win. Does that finish the story between these two? I hate that word, finish the story. It's been overused in wrestling. Is that the last one? I hope not. I do hope we get one more, as I said before, Monsters Ball or some Clockwork Orange match they've done before in TNA. I'd love to see that. But yeah, great win for PCO in a really good no DQ match. Knockouts Tag Team Championships was next. Masha, Slamovich, Killer Kelly, and MK Ultra against Jody, Trent, and Dani Luna. They started, Slamovich and Killer Kelly started attacking their opponents before the bell. Fret was choked by a steel chain. Luna was a victim to a snowplow on the floor. When the match actually started, Slamovich slaughtered Jody Fret. They went for their double tag team finisher, but Luna came back to life and pulled Slamovich out of the ring. But the big surprise out of this is that Jody Fret rolled up Killer Kelly to win the match and therefore becoming new Knockouts Tag Team Champions, Jody Fret and Dani Luna. Congratulations to Dani and Jody Fret as well, but Dani Luna, England's very own, wrecking it over there in TNA. So big well done to Dani. It wasn't the end though, because at the end of the match here, Slamovich shoved Killer Kelly and exited alone. So is that the split up of MK Ultra in TNA? We'll have to wait and see as we hit into Impact this week. Should be a great show, by the way. Now, super fight rematch time. Hammerstone and Josh Alexander. Every time I see Hammerstone and Alexander, it is absolutely fantastic. These two guys are cornerstones of TNA, and they put on a brilliant match on this. This match went everywhere. It was such a it had a big fight feeling without the title. It was a great one-on-one encounter. There was part of this where Hammerstone accidentally smashed the referee into the corner. And at that point, Alexander hit an ankle lock, but Hammerstone did tap out, but the referee was out cold and didn't see it. Alexander then went for the C4 spike power driver, but Hammerstone responded with a kick in the nuts, and he seized the opportunity to win via the Nightmare Pendulum. But a really good match. I want to see another match between these two. I want it to go longer. These two are absolutely brilliant, and it's so good to have TNA having talents like this on their show. It was fantastic. The next match was Mustafa Ali and the aforementioned Grizzled Young Veterans. They were taking on Shelley, Sabin, and KUSHIDA. Now, the big one on this one was that Shelley was still very salty with his friends. So could Time Machine get on the same page? They was getting on very well down the stretch until Sabin accidentally booted Shelley in the face, which led to Grizzled Young Veterans pounce with a true grit your teeth double cold breaker, and Ali finished with a 450 to pin Shelley. This match itself was you just listen to those six men in the ring, you know, Shelley, Sabin, KUSHIDA, JYV, and Mustafa Ali, and you know it's going to be great. It is so good, this match. Loved every minute of it. What happens now with Shelley, Sabin, and KUSHIDA? Again, we roll into Impact this week and we'll find out. But it was so good, this six great wrestlers in there. And this is what TNA is about. Great, great wrestling. And they delivered it on a high standard in this particular contest. Knockouts Championship was next. Jordynne Grace against Tasha, Steelz and Zack. Brookside, remember, Steelz and Brookside was having these series of matches to determine a number one contender. It ended in a draw, so Jordynne Grace came and said, oh, well, I'll take on both of you. The interesting part of this was that Ash by Elegance was chugging champagne at ringside until Brookside sent Steelz crashing into her, and obviously that's she left in a fit of anger. This match was a really good triple threat, actually. Really enjoyed it. 3 women here that can definitely go in this match. You know, great. Jordynne Grace is absolutely outstanding. Zaya Brookside is again repping the UK. She's so good as well. And you know what? This match, Tasha Steelz didn't look out of place either. This was just so good in a match which Grace closed out with a juggernaut driver to Zaya Brookside. Again, just so enjoyable. Jordynne Grace looks absolutely unstoppable at the minute. And I can't wait to see where she goes next and who's really going to step up to the plate and give Jordynne Grace a battle for that championship, because at the moment she seems literally untouchable. And I look forward to seeing what's next for Jordynne Grace. And Zaya Brookside as well. I can't forget Tasha Steelz. It wouldn't be fair, but Zaya's the UK's own. So congratulations to Zaya Brookside on putting on another great match. The main event of the evening. Now, we did say earlier, the system won the tag team titles. Would Moose defeat Eric Young to retain the championship? Well, the answer to that question is yes, he did. I mean, there was a bit where Young hit a power driver on the apron, a power driver on the floor, a Canadian destroyer in the stretch of this match. But this is where calamity ensued, because Myers and Edwards run down, pulled the referee out, preventing the 3 count. As the referee ejected the system, a crew member choked out Eric Young with a cable and rolled him back in the ring for Moose to hit him with a spear. The crew member that choked Eric Young, and I say the words crew member, turned out to be Kaz. Yes, Kaz, Frankie Kazarian, was the crew member that took out and cost Eric Young the TNA Heavyweight Championship. That has got a load of ramifications as we move in to Impact Wrestling this week. I cannot wait to be reviewing that with you on Friday. Now, in the meantime, on the channel, we have got a lot of interviews on the channel this week. We're interviewing, we're not necessarily putting out, but we're interviewing Andy Quigdon from Revolution Pro Wrestling. We're interviewing Stephen Borden, the son of Sting. We're interviewing Ken Anderson. We're interviewing Ken Shamrock this week. It is a crazy week on the channel. Just keep it locked on all of our socials. TNA put on another great show. We look forward to reviewing that on Friday. Until we're back, everybody, enjoy your Monday and stay safe.